I am really excited to introduce you to Matt Parris, who is the CEO of Roots Hummus, and he is making an incredible pasta salad for us today using Roots Hummus in the pasta salad, which to me, this is like a totally new concept to use hummus in a pasta salad. Tell me how you thought of this. I mean, it's just awesome.
Well, it's hummus can be used in a lot of different applications instead of just being a dip.
I put it on chips. I put it on crackers. I put it on bread.
Spread I mean, we're not going to try to compete with Dukes or Hellman's, but yeah, as a replacement for mayonnaise is a really good one. But basically, this is just using it as a salad dressing.
That's awesome. So it's actually making the dish healthier, right?
Yeah,
because you're replacing the mayonnaise, which is that oil based.
Yeah, it's a sauce. It's like a sauce, and it actually. I mean, we just play around a lot of times with what different applications for it, and it's surprisingly good as a pasta sauce. It adheres to the pasta quite well.
Nice. So walk us through how you're putting this together.
So, well, I as usual, I just kind of make it up as I go along. But basically, what we're doing here is we're gonna saute a little bit of garlic and start with some oil, garlic, saute some asparagus, and it's just this could be anything really, like chard or broccoli, like Neil and Jenna said like it's all about replacing everything in food knowledge is like it can be intimidating at first, and I think that's what keeps a lot of people away from from cooking. But it is so empowering, and part of that empowerment is learning how to, like Jen said, not let a recipe intimidate you. Know how to change something. So like the garlic could be onions, the asparagus could be broccoli, chard, kind of anything. Nice. Any fresh green. So, but what we're going to do is saute a little garlic, asparagus, and then use lemon juice and some olive oil, salt and pepper to toss into the pasta salad, and some fresh tomatoes.
This sounds amazing. This sounds really delicious. I also can't wait to eat this. I'm just going to eat all of these things, and that will be after the live stream.
To bake, because I'm kind of wanting to make sure.
Yes.
Oh, we've already got it.
Oh yeah, no, we have a little bit of a movie magic happening in the background, so it'll be ready when we are.
Fantastic, cool. So one good thing about garlic here is that, or I mean, one way to peel it. This is a little bit easier. Just kind of smash it, and with the blunt part of the knife, and makes it a lot easier to peel and get that off there. And so we're going to mince the garlic and get that into the saute pan here. And like I said, this could be onions or anything, but I don't know if you wanted to talk a little bit about. I mean, part of the I think interesting, more compelling aspects of Roots is the foundation, and you're just talking about food as a connector, and it's also I think the most natural way for kids to learn is it's as an educational channel.
Absolutely. And can I talk a little bit about like what Roots does with Manna? So first of all, Roots donates wonderful product for us to have at markets and food distributions. So people can actually pick this up at distributions for free, which is so amazing. But you guys also volunteer with Manna. You do all of the things that we talk about partners doing, which is, donating time, donating money, donating food. And those are the ways that we are able to keep all of this food system, the 100,000 people that Manna is helping serve every single month. That is how we keep this going every single month. It's with partners like Roots who are helping us source that food so that we can get it to all of the folks that Chef Neil is helping feed every week, that the people that Chef Jenna, not Chef Jenna, just Jenna, is also helping to break those barriers down about food access. And Roots Foundation is a really interesting operation. Tell me about Roots Foundation.
So, I mean, the whole to try to summarize what it's about is using food as the basis of education, not as a supplemental thing in the schools, but replacing the curriculum. So the way that the educational system works is that the state has standards that the schools, each district has a lot of autonomy to be able to meet those standards. So the curriculum, thankfully, has a lot of autonomy and a lot of flexibility. So the whole idea with the foundation is to use food and growing food. Any food you can approach it in most any way to be able to meet the standards that are required by the state and federal
So
government.
like
So
having a community garden that the students are working in,
yeah,
or like preparing foods, things like that.
building a raised bed, and I mean planting seeds. You can turn planting seeds into a math lesson. You can turn, for first graders, you could turn compost into a soil science lesson. For 11th grade chemistry, there's and so it's like it's a game, and how to satisfy what is required by the government, um, and I mean the public school system being, part of the government, but the teachers being uh, the connection point, and that's really the foundation is all about supporting teachers in the work that they do, because they end up basically being at the end of the the to do. They're the ones that have to implement everything that the system is expecting to be done.
And that it lands with kids and that they understand
Exactly,
it.
and so, and now more than ever, they have their hands completely full, and their job description continues to grow into anything and everything, and that's why there's a bit of a crisis right now during COVID. So like the and I'll I could talk about this forever. But this is really the mission behind Roots, is to support teachers, really, and give them the resources, the love that they need, and the respect that they need, and help them connect to the resources that are all around them, and kind of bypass the bureaucracy, because there's so many ways that we can support teachers without having to go top down through the system. So the Roots Teachers Lounge is that's the kind of mechanism, I guess you'd say, to behind how to in not just support them in theory, but it's a concept that can scale, because it's like a lot of cafes are restaurants, cafes close between lunch and dinner.
Sure.
So the whole idea is that you turn your space into a place to welcome teachers at the end of their workday,
Cool.
feed them, and give them a place to connect to the resources around them, and the community to plug in to it as well. So
If you are teachers watching and you know teachers, get them connected to the amazing work that Roots Foundation is doing. We know at MANNA that a lot of nutrition education for kids is vital when it comes to eliminating food insecurity down the line. When kids have access to food that they can both grow it, they can prepare it, they can cook it, they are so much more likely to be able to eat in a healthier way as they grow. And this is so important for us, because at MANNA, our mission really is to end hunger in Western North Carolina. And education for kids is such an amazing way that we do that.
So we kind of got mise en place here, everything kind of ready to go. So the pasta's cooked here. I'm going to add the red bell pepper hummus, roasted red bell pepper hummus, into here. I think probably two. These are 8-ounce containers. We also do it in 16-ounce containers, and it's part of what we sometimes donate to MANNA is in the food service bags, like 5-pound bags of it. These little bear claws that Joe and Annie from Annie's Bakery gave me as a sweet gift.
Another one of our awesome donors.
Exactly. And so what we've got here is the asparagus, a little sauteed up here, a little garlic, olive oil, salt, and pepper. So that goes in, and then we're going to put the fresh tomatoes in, You just kind of toss it all together, garnish it with some fresh basil that was growing here. And this is one of the best things you can do for your food budget is grow something, which is also can kind of be intimidating.
Yes,
but
it can be.
but it's actually quite simple. And here it is, springtime, and the mountains here are one of the best growing areas in the country.
Look at all these colors. That's one of the things about all of these recipes is they're all so colorful.
Just the last step here, grate some Parmesan, and again, this could be kind of any cheese. But here we go, and
Gosh, that looks amazing.
and then what's the grand finale here? What are we going for?
You just plate it and let's
Okay.
look at it. Let's show people what it looks like when it's ready to eat.
So just a little more, tossing in some of the garnish there, and here we go.
Allow me to assist.
Thank you. And just scoop it on out here. And I should have just waited for the garnish
Look
to
at
go on
that.
top.
That's so
top
beautiful.
There we go.
And yeah, the hummus really does like attach to the
does.
pasta in that beautiful way that's like really important in cooking, where you want your sauce to be sticky and attached to all the noodles because you get all the flavor that way with
Exactly,
every
and that's a good reason not to put too much oil, if any, on your pasta, because that's sometimes and something people learn is to put oil your pasta, but then it does kind of shed the sauce.
This is awesome. Matt, thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much for having me.
This is so wonderful. And please definitely go check out what Roots Foundation is doing. They are a wonderful partner of ours.